progress towards achieving our strategic objectives. As we participate over the next days, we contribute to the building of a resilient and secure food future for our communities and nations. I encourage you to walk the expo, the entire expo, and support our local producers. This is where most of us can do our Christmas shopping, not just here at the exhibition, but also whenever and wherever you see these products on the shelves at home or abroad. Wherever you are, remember to look for products made in Guyana. I trust that you all will enjoy the expo. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please once again let us recognize the Honorable Onij Waldron, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, GuyExpo 2023 would not be possible without the robust support of Demerara Distillers Limited, KSM, Nations Incorporated, Ansa Distribution Incorporated, Qualfan, and Global Technology Incorporated. So please let us also recognize our sponsors. And in addition to our sponsors, as the minister alluded to, there are 250 exhibitors who will be showcasing their products and services. And I also would like to think that GuyExpo would not be possible without their support, without they taking advantage of the opportunity to demonstrate how they are contributing to the advancement of Guyana's economy. So please let us also put our hands together for all of our exhibitors for GuyExpo 2023. Now, in the spirit of celebrating the best that Guyana has to offer, I am excited to introduce our next item, the One Guyana Dance, which will be performed by the National Dance Company in collaboration with Berbice Delight Dancers and the Riverside Dancers. So please, once again, make them feel welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Bire mazak worot nokon. Morovia Skopmanor Tiji Migan. We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world. खूबसूरत है देश मेरे कर सकती हूँ सब हमें लोगों से प्यार करने की amazed to live in such a beautiful country with loving people in harmony. I'm so amazed to live in such a beautiful country with loving people in harmony. We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world. There's some of we born on the hills, some on the low coastal plains, plenty rice and sugar cane.
Same Guyanese blood in the vein. So make me go know the hatred time being raising. Can't make that destroy. 6 race I share the same space in this 83,000 square miles. We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, brother is a brother, no matter which religion is you. Could a Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. Sister is a sister, read and true. One big water culture brew. And all of we together could really make this dream come true. Of a brighter Guyana for me and you. Ocean to mountain, say this June. Take it cool. We are one Guyana. Place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana. It's paradise. Love runs deep like a beautiful river for Guyana. Oh, when we stand as one mighty like Mount Piranha for Guyana, for Guyana. Our life would be beautiful, just like Guyana. She's blessed us with her own, just to embrace her. Say, one and alone, yeah, lots of lots, put her hands together, give her a standing ovation. This great nation, a little gem of this world. Place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana. It's paradise. We are one Guyana. Place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana. It's paradise.
That was the One Guyana Dance, ladies and gentlemen, by the National Dance Company, the Berbice Delight Dancers, and the Riverside Dancers as they exit the stage. Please, once again, put your hands together for that fantastic performance. And even as they exit, we'd also like to recognize the support of the Permanent Secretary, Sharon Rupchand, and also the hardworking staff of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry, and Commerce, and also the support of the Ministry of Public Works, the local government, and the Ministry of Culture, Youth, and Sport, without whose support and involvement this event, once again, would not be successful. Ladies and gentlemen, there are various zones to GuyExpo 2023. There is the primary food court, there's a secondary food court, a service pavilion, main auditorium, Amerindian Village, international pavilion, and a children's area. And to help you better navigate this space and to improve your experience here at GuyExpo 2023, a site map is thoughtfully provided on the website. That's guyexpo.gy. So if you ever need assistance in getting around the Sophia Exhibition Center and visiting the various zones for GuyExpo 2023, please head over to guyexpo.gy to access that site map. At this juncture in our program, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great honor to welcome the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Acting President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, who is coming to deliver our feature address.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Honorable Onij Waldron, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, colleague ministers, members of our cabinet, Mr. Speaker of the House of Assembly, members of the Parliament of Guyana, and members of the Parliament of the Commonwealth of Canada, who is visiting us. And that team is led by the Deputy Speaker, Mrs. Alexandra Mendez. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the private sector organizations of Guyana, special invitees, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols previously established observed. Good afternoon. Let me first begin by expressing my sincere appreciation that of the government of Guyana to Minister Onij Waldron and the dedicated and hardworking staff of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce for the reintroduction of Guyana's marquee exposition, GuyExpo. Ladies and gentlemen, GuyExpo is back. And the return of GuyExpo, you would agree with me, was quite rightly heralded by our dancers, our drummers, and our singers that you since its inception in 1995, GuyExpo has been the hallmark event showcasing Guyana's rich culture and economic potential. This annual exhibition, which held its ground between 2004 and 2016, took a brief hiatus, and today we greatly welcome its grand return, which heralds new opportunities and growth for businesses here in Guyana. I do not pretend, however, to underestimate the effort that is required to host such an event, especially after such a long break. Organizing an event of the scale and significance of GuyExpo 2023 demands meticulous planning, perseverance, and a great deal of perspiration. Therefore, I thank the various persons, agencies, and organizations, both in the private sector and the public sector, including the exhibitors who have collaborated to bring this exposition to life today and for the next 2 days. Traditionally, GuyExpo has enabled businesses to create networks and increase their clientele. This has been the consistent feedback we have received. And it is one of the reasons why there has been so much demand for booths at this exposition. The exposure gained from participating in this exposition has proven to be a game changer, opening new vistas of opportunities for exhibitors. By bringing together a diverse array of businesses and creating a dynamic event, GuyExpo 2023 allows businesses to showcase their products and services and network with other businesses and clients. GuyExpo 2023 coincides with an exciting period in our country's history. GuyExpo 2023 is a celebration of the transformative changes sweeping our country and reshaping our national economy. This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I want to spend some time highlighting how our economy has changed over the past 30 years. 32 years ago, if we had gathered for GuyExpo, the scene would have been starkly different. The booths and exhibits would have reflected a time when our economy struggled The exposition would have primarily showcased craft items, sugar and rice, the products of our local distillers and beverage companies, and the limited range of goods and services of the then stagnated manufacturing, industrial, and commercial sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, times have changed and are changing. After tonight's GuyExpo has been declared open, you will all have the opportunity to visit the various booths and exhibits. You will see the evidence of an economy that has undergone a metamorphosis. Guyana's economic trajectory isn't just marked by rapid growth, it is characterized by a transformation. A paradigm shift is occurring within our economic structure, evident in the emergence of sectors that were not traditionally the mainstays of our economy. At this year's GuyExpo, you will gain a better idea of the increasing shift towards services in our economy. Our economy is transitioning towards greater services, a sure sign of a maturing and modernizing economic landscape. The robustness of our financial sector, the heightened investment in tourism and hospitality, and the growth of transportation, construction, and logistics are all reshaping our nation's future. Our information, communications, and technology footprint is being enlarged. It is catalyzing innovation, efficiency, and connectivity. ICT has become a driver of productivity, streamlining business and fostering entrepreneurship. It is opening avenues for e-commerce and digital services and has the potential to narrow geographical barriers. Today, ICT is used to help deliver education and health services better. And this is why we have long identified ICT as a new growth pole in our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism is now positioned for a major takeoff. We expect to end this year with record-breaking tourist arrivals. We have transformed Guyana's tourism product to emphasize many offerings, including ecotourism, family-based, cultural, sports, and conference tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyana's economy is resurgent. A construction boom is on the way, contributing to increased employment to the point where the labor supply is struggling to keep abreast with the demand for construction workers. This surge in construction is emblematic of a nation building its future, one brick at a time. The exponential growth in transportation and logistics signals a Guyana that is rapidly moving towards modernization, ushering in a new era where streamlined and efficient movement of goods and services has become a driving force behind the nation's economic progress and global competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen a revitalization of commerce. In recent years, we have witnessed a dynamic resurgence in business activities, a sure sign of a buoyant economy. A key transformative feature of this buoyancy has been the proliferation of small businesses, reflecting the entrepreneurial zeal in our economy. These small businesses are creating thousands of jobs and helping to sustain growth throughout Guyana. The traditional sectors are being rebooted. We have reopened the Rose Hall estate because of the importance of the sugar industry to the rural economy and the livelihoods of its workers. Through the part-time jobs program, we are allowing for persons to earn an income and thus provide for their families. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyana is moving forward towards a vision of shared prosperity. This is the context in which this year's GuyExpo is being hosted. GuyExpo is not just an exposition, but a barometer of our economic trajectory. It mirrors the changing features of our nation's economic landscape. What you will see at this exposition is not merely a collection of exhibits, but a reflection of the forward-thinking spirit propelling Guyana into an exciting future. GuyExpo is not just a reflection of where we are, but a glimpse into where we are headed. Our economic trajectory is not merely about growth, but also it is about qualitative transformation. We are diversifying our economy as part of a modernizing impulse that propels us into a future of shared prosperity. Therefore, government alone cannot create such a future. It needs a robust and dynamic private sector, and we've been creating an environment that allows for businesses to enjoy greater opportunities. As President Ali had pledged, Guyana is positioning itself as a global leader in climate, energy, and food security. President Ali's visionary leadership is propelling Guyana into a position of global prominence on climate security. Our government has developed a visionary low-carbon development strategy, which allows us, among other things, to provide environmental services to the rest of the world from our standing forests. We have already inked an agreement to provide $750 million United States dollars from the sale of carbon credits. In tandem with climate security, President Ali's commitment to energy security is evident in Guyana's ambitious strides towards Guyana becoming a regional powerhouse in the energy sector. Over the next few years, we will add some 500 megawatts of cleaner energy to our national grid. And the cost of energy is expected to be slashed by 50%, thus allowing for the competitiveness of our industries. President Ali's vision for energy security extends beyond meeting current demand. It lays the basis for meeting projected future demand, and to do so by transforming our energy mix to reflect a greater share of renewables. President Ali's leadership is also charting a course for food security, as you would have heard many times before. This involves attracting greater investment and use of technology into the agricultural sector and dismantling the non-tariff barriers that have traditionally constrained access to regional markets. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyana's economic future is changing. In the next 10 years, those who would have not visited Guyana in a while will be astounded at the remarkable transformation they will witness. Our nation is not just positioning itself as a commercial and industrial hub, it is emerging as a dynamo of food, energy, and climate security. Guyana will not only be a participant in the global economy, it will set the pace for sustainable progress. And yet, amidst the numerous positive developments unfolding around us, there is a faction within and outside of our country that is fixated on the contrived and imagined dark clouds rather than appreciating the silver linings. They wish to conjure an alternative reality. Their negativity is aimed at stifling progress and serves as a deterrent for individuals eager to embrace the many opportunities at their disposal. Instead of seizing the many opportunities available, they resort to reciting a chorus of complaints and excuses. They are besmirching our nation's reputation with false and unsubstantiated narratives. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have noticed that I have not yet said anything about oil. This week, we learned about the commencement of production at Payara. We welcome this development, which will allow our country to earn more from its hydrocarbon reserves. For all the flacks that the oil companies sometimes receive, they do deserve some plaudits for ramping up production as planned. Congratulations to the oil companies. But ladies and gentlemen, but given all that I've said before, it should be clear by now that we are not hitching our economy solely on oil. We have seen the dangers of such an approach in other countries. We are diversifying and modernizing our economy to make it more sustainable and resilient. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's exhibition is transforming Guyana through investment, innovation, and resilience. A theme that resonates with the path of development I've just outlined, the path of prosperity that we envision for our great nation. Therefore, let me take pride in our journey as a nation. Let us all take pride in our journey as a nation. There is no reverse gear. We are moving forward. Embracing this forward momentum, we are determined to provide greater opportunities for businesses and citizens to seize the emerging opportunities of an expanding and diversifying economy. Let the spirit of One Guyana guide us forward towards a brighter and more prosperous tomorrow for all. As we embark on these 3 days of exhibition and exploration and networking, let us remember that the transformation of Guyana rests in our collective hands. Through investment, innovation, and resilience, we can propel our nation to new heights. I thank you, and it gives me great pleasure to formally declare GuyExpo 2023 open.
Thank you so much, Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips, Acting President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for your attendance and your attention, and also announce that we have made it successfully to the end of our formal program, and we'd like to welcome a very talented son of the soil who's coming to conclude the opening ceremony for GuyExpo 2023 with a soulful performance. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is Abel Stokes.
Remember. Let me tell you, we're a peaceful people, struggling these struggles, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one rice, not a blade of grass. This land is our land now. We're gonna make it somehow. And we will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here. And we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. 'Cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one rice, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime and night. Sometimes we criticize it, but this is our home, we love it, and we mean to keep it. We have that right, sing on me, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one rice, not a blade of grass. Said we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one rice, not a blade of grass.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Abel Stokes with his rendition of Not a Blade of Grass. If you enjoyed it, please reward him with a second round of applause. I don't know if your olfactory senses are also perceiving the very strong scent of popcorn, but I'm excited to lend that business my support. And so at this moment, I would like to invite the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips to officially conclude tonight's opening ceremony with a cutting of the ribbon, which of course is going to symbolize to the general public, to all patrons, that GuyExpo is officially open and that they should come down and at least learn more about the 250 exhibitors that are showcasing their products and services at this Caribbean event. Okay, because we know it is, of course, based in Guyana, but it is the largest trade and exhibition in the Caribbean. So once again, we want to ask the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips, Acting President, to facilitate that cutting ceremony. And at this moment, I also want to say another thank you to our stakeholders, the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the Ministry of Public Works, the local government, the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, KSM, Demerara Distillers Limited, Ansa McCall Distribution Incorporated, Nations Inc., GuyExpo, Qualfun, BPI Guyana Incorporated, and Global Technology Inc. And we'd also like the Honorable Anij Waldron, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, to also accompany the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips for that official ribbon cutting ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to enjoy GuyExpo 2023. Encourage your family members, your friends to come out and show their support to all of the exhibitors. Please have fun. And once again, if you need help navigating the environment, please head over to guyexpo.gy to view the site map. Please return to your destination safely. And once again, thank you so much for making the time to attend tonight's opening ceremony. I'm Nuria Gerard, Guyana's Media Maven. Good evening.
The opening ceremony getting on the way here at the Sapphire Exhibition Center. I can tell you that last performance by Abel Stokes had everybody singing, and the crowd really got into, particularly the chorus, and I even saw you doing your thing as well. And that is the type of, the sense that it kind of evokes that kind of feeling here tonight with persons' patriotism. Because a lot of the businesses that you're going to be seeing on showcases, Guyanese owned businesses. Yes, we do have some of our regional brothers and sisters here in terms of the businesses, but a lot of the businesses, out of 255 businesses, a lot of them would be Guyanese businesses on showcase.
Yes, indeed. And according to our Prime Minister, Mark Phillips, Guyana has experienced a metamorphosis and will continue to experience this.
Yeah.
The robustness of the financial sector, the growth of transportation, construction, and logistics, they're all reshaping the nation's future.
Yeah.
That's what the Prime Minister alluded to. He even spoke about the information and technology sector becoming a driver of productivity and streamlining business and avenues for business, such as e-commerce, as part of bridging geographical barriers. You know, ICT is a big thing here in Guyana, and it's being considered the new growth pole of our economy with it.
Yeah. One of the things I like that the Prime Minister and Acting President addressed is the fact that our economy is going through a rapid transformation. And that shift that we're talking about, he mentioned as a paradigm shift, is not just marked by transformation, but a paradigm shift, he said. He spoke of the diversification of the economy and the different sectors, and that is what you and I were talking about a little while ago. Every single sector in Guyana, you've seen major investments in those sectors. And the transformation is that there's a shift, of course, from not just agriculture. Guyana is known for so many things now, not agriculture alone, but you alluded to the financial sector, even alluded to the fact that we're making significant strides when it comes to information technology, because you're seeing information technology being used in our manufacturing sector. It's being used in healthcare and education as well. And that is the type of investment that we've been seeing over the years. And those in itself have catapulted the businesses that are here, because manufacturing and IT, you know, technology is a big thing in manufacturing. And even the small agro-processors, and I mentioned those agro-processing facilities have been opened in Region 9, Region 5, Region 2. They're going to play a major role when it comes to these agro-processors. And even the ones that are here will be able to get access to those types of facilities to really grow their businesses.
And another point to note is that the tourism industry, tourism is now positioned for a major takeoff. That's according to our Prime Minister, who is the Acting President, Mark Phillips.
Yeah.
He says they have transformed Guyana's tourism products to include ecotourism, family-based, cultural and sports tourism. This is not just about Guyana, it's about the people and the services, because tourism as a whole will offer a wide range of services, including those as hotels and other things of that sort.
Yeah.
And now we'll take you over to the ribbon cutting ceremony, where Wendell will take the lead from here. And thank you folks for having joined me and Lyndon earlier.
2023. And he is flanked right now by a number of government ministers. Immediately, we can recognize the Minister of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez. We also see the minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, and that is the Honorable Deodat Indar, or I should say Public Works rather, do forgive me. And there are a number of other government ministers, the likes of the Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa. And of course, that speaks to what is happening down here at the National Exhibition Center. There are a number of booths. As I was passing by to this area where the ribbon was just cut, I noticed that the Ministry of Housing and Water, they have at least 4 booths established here in this site. And so that speaks testimony to what we can expect, yeah? So we're definitely looking forward to a large turnout here. Of course, we mentioned that there was a 7-year hiatus since GuyExpo, was last held. And so, as mentioned before, we're expecting to see a large turnout. In just a short while, the gates will be opened. And I'm pointing to my extreme right because that's where the main entrance is situated at the moment. As we speak, the Honorable Prime Minister, who is also acting on behalf of the President, he is meeting and greeting with the dignitaries that are present here, as well as the crowds that have gathered around him. Let me remind you also that this is a partnership between the government and the private sector. We have the Ghana Office of Investment coming on board alongside the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and also a lot of members of the Private Sector Commission have all chipped in to make this a possibility. And so what we're seeing here tonight, we've heard the Honorable Minister mentioning it, but what we've seen here tonight is testimony to what has been put into the martyr, so to speak, with regards to the amount planning, the sweat and the amount of the diligence that had to be, put in here to show us this grand outcome that we're observing here at the National Exhibition Center. Of course, let me remind you that the theme for GuyExpo 2023, transforming Guyana through investment, innovation, and resilience. And my colleagues would have spoken a lot about resilience and investment earlier. But if we were to look at the innovation, we heard the Prime Minister talking about information communication technology and the role that it plays in the transformation of our country. Of course, he spoke about the infrastructural development that is happening across this nation, where he alluded to building this 83,000 square mile nation of ours, brick by brick. And so once again, I want to remind you that we just observed the cutting of the ribbon. We're in the main area as you come through the entrance of the National Exhibition Center. And GuyExpo 2023 is now officially open. So thank you, and let me hand you back over to Lyndon and Kristen, who will be sharing some more thoughts with you. Thank you for staying with us here on NCN. Lyndon, Kristen, back to you.